everybody, Fixed by Nick here again. Today we're going to be building a cross. I have wood and then I have a wire. We're going to wrap a bunch of times here and it's going to go on the inside. You'll see once I get started here. Alright, so now we're going to take measuring tape. I have a 2x4 here. We're going to cut it down. So I'm going to do my measurements here. So I'm going to go 12 foot right there. Square it off. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this here. And then we're going to end up slicing right down the middle on the table saw. I'll use the miter saw for this. And then I'll use the table saw to slice it in half. So now we're going to go ahead, since I found the center, I'm going to go ahead and make our straight edge all the way down. Oops. And that is not our center. We're just trying to go over a little bit. We'll just kind of guess. We'll just go with that there. And I'll slice it on that second line. Now that we got this all finished up here, we're going to go ahead and measure 3 inches down. Just about. Let's go 3.5 actually. Yeah, let's do 3.5 down from the top of your board there on both sides. Oops, if I can hold my tape measure. Alright, so that's about 3.5. Alright, so that's a 3.5, 3.5. No, I think I like 3 better. We'll go back up to 3, sorry. And then go ahead and make a mark right about where, all the way across. So you know, and down and up, whatever. Okay, so now that you got that, you're going to be drilling a hole all the way through this. And you're going to be drilling 2 holes about, I would say, close to an inch, not quite an inch, about 3/4 in. And I have this piece of dowel rod here. It's 5/16 thick, so we're going to go ahead. I got a 5/16 drill bit, a little bit bigger than that. And we're going to go ahead and drill each side of this and all the way through this. And speaking of that, I got to put these back up here where the mark is, because I got to put the mark down here too. Okay. And then go ahead and mark where your dowel rod's going to go into, so you know that when you do it on the drill, or the drill press. Alright, so I have my first one set up here, so we're going to go ahead and get started drilling about, what did I say? About 3/4 in. So about to there. I'll just mark my drill bit with a Sharpie about where you need to stop. Alright. Alright, so now that we got that drilled here, you can see I have everything marked on here so I know where to put all the other pieces, so that since it's not completely centered. So we'll go ahead and Get that other side done here. Okay. So put this in here just like I had the other one on my marks. Alright. Let's go ahead and drill this one too. Those done, we can go on to the big one, just like the other one. Alright, so I got this one set up. We'll go ahead and drill all the way through this one, and you don't need a mark on your drill bit or anything. So we'll go ahead and go till it stops or punches through the other side, and then I'll get back with you. Alright, so we're all done. Got a hole all the way through it. Not exactly center, but that's how the other ones will be. And we'll go ahead and stick our dowel rod, cut our dowel rod for it. And then I'll be back with it. Go ahead and run this through here. It sits like that. We're going to do dry fit. Stick it in each side. Just like that, we have it conjoined basically. So now I'll go ahead and wood glue it all. Alright, now that it's done drying, we'll take the clamp off here. There it is. A rough look of it. A little glue there, but that will sand all that down. It'll look like conjoined pieces here. I'll sand it down on my bench sander. So we're back here. So off camera, I decided to take a little chisel set here, normal chisel, and we decided to go ahead and I made my just a few indentions here because this is where the wire is going to sit inside here. So we made a little groove for it, and then we'll end up nailing the wire in. So now it fits right down in our groove we made here, and to get it to stay in there I have these 1-inch finishing nails basically, and I'm just going to go ahead and start putting these in here. You just take it easy, make sure everything's lined up. Alright, so now that we have our base finished here, well, it's not finished, but I have it sanded down, cut out. It's just, I drew it up real quick, I don't know. It's whatever. So now I have this copper tubing, this 1/4 inch copper tubing, and a drill bit here on my drill. And then we're going to go ahead and drill a hole towards one of the sides. I haven't decided which side I want to use yet as the front. I think this will be my front. So I'll go ahead and put my hole back here because you don't want to see the 2 seams, because if you see right there, that's the seams of them going in. So we're going to go ahead right here, make enough room so I can put the other one once we get done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drill here, probably about, I would say about to where the drill, you can't see anything. So. Alright, clean up the drill bit. So we got a hole there for our copper to go into. So stick it down in there as far as it will go. And then you just start bending around. Might have to tap it a few times with the hammer. And then I'll put a nail in there so it stays there so I can wrap it around. Alright, so I got the copper all the way around it, and I'm just taped off so I can stay in here. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. I just kind of made a design. I'm going to stain the parts that aren't taped, and then I'm going to see what it looks like. I don't know what it's going to look like, but we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. Stain shook up. Get it open here. I'm going to put a glove on. Okay. I'm also going to stain the cross this color. Then I'm going to see if I like the base like that or not. See. If not, I'll take off the tape and just stain the whole thing. But hopefully it looks good. I'm hoping it will. And it should. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and stain this. I'm not going to put you guys on time lapse. Get you some stain. Not too much. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just take it and kind of try to go with the grain. It's kind of hard here, but just trying to get it on there best you can. Try not to get it on the copper too much. You can polish it off later, but it's easier to try not to get it on there too much. Which I'm getting it all over it, so yeah, whatever. Get the can out of the way. Wipe it down. I'm going to do another coat here. And then the bottom I'm just going to stain this color as well. I didn't tape off the bottom. I wasn't worried about that. Okay. And sometimes it's easier to get a sponge to use when you're staining this type of stuff. I should have stained it before, but it's whatever now. Already to this point. Grab a little more stain here off the cap. I really love this stain. It's called Red Oak something. Red Oak 215. Pretty nice stuff. Over this again. Get another dab of it. Alright, I'm going to set this coat on, and I'll be right back when I go to take off the tape here. We'll both see what it looks like together. So, what it's going to look like, I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to let that dry for probably about a half hour. Oh no, I can do the cross while I'm waiting. Okay, I'm going to set this over here. Okay. Hands locking up, but besides that, it's looking good. Okay, a little more stain. Back here. A lot more stain, I guess. Oops. Oil. Okay. This is what the back side looks like here. You can kind of see that beveled. This is what it's going to look like here. You can see that. Looks pretty cool. I kind of like the pattern. I don't know. We'll see. Might end up staining it later, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put it together now. It's kind of drying. Hasn't been that long really. But I went ahead and put a tap where I want to put it. So I'm going to get my screw, run up here through the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and drill right through this. What size did I use? Come on, get out there. Down there. And just take it nice and easy so you don't split your wood. That would suck at the end. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and drill on the bottom of my cross here, about wherever the center is, just so you get a start for your screw you're gonna put in. I'm gonna be putting in, looks like 2.5 or 3 inch. A 3-inch screw, so a piece of wood's about 3/4, so that would sit up there. That'll go pretty far up in your cross, not too far, just a couple inches. Okay, that's okay. Grab that bit, put this up here. On my number 2 drill bit, or Phillips head. And we'll go ahead and start from the bottom. Get it up enough so you get your cross in here. We'll go ahead and see if we can get this going. I'm going to loosen it a little bit so I can get flush. And go for it. Alright, and then before you tighten it down all the way, make sure you have it where you want it. So I'm going to go right there. That's going to be my front. It's unbalanced because I have the screw sticking out still, but I think that looks maybe like that actually. I don't know. We'll go like that. I'll go ahead and finish screwing this in hopefully. And then you can kind of adjust it to get it on here. Get your screw up in there, flush with the bottom. There you go. You got your cross. And then one other thing I'm going to do here, it'll stick to it. I have this foam padding stuff. This is foam. I make feet for it so it doesn't scratch up any of your surfaces. I'll grab some scissors here. I'll just kind of make some circle feet out of this. It's got a sticky adhesive on the back. You can get it at Walmart for like $5 for like a pack of 100, all different colors. I use it for coasters and all sorts of things. Don't peel that off yet. And then just go ahead and make some circles, squares, whatever your preference is, ovals, whatever they turn out to be. One. I'm gonna go ahead and make 4 of these, I believe, 4 or 5. Might do squares. Now we'll just finish with these. Nobody's looking at it, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Clean up the sharp corners best you can. And just keep going here. There's 4. 5. I'm gonna make another one just because. And 6. And all of them have sticky adhesive on the back, like I said. So get the bottom here. As you can see, I'm gonna go ahead and throw one right over that screw because it kind of lost some wood when I screwed through it by accident. Okay, you just see how they stick on, so I'm gonna stick them in the corners of it all. They stick pretty good. I use them for all sorts of things. I used it for my bow holder that I made, so my bows don't get scratched up by the wood. Throw one there, throw another one down there, or up here, wherever you want. Really is your preference. But it's a pretty cool thing you can make here. And I think it was a 2x4 I used, and this just a piece of 3/4 by 12 something. I just cut it out on my scroll saw, as you saw, and then just stained it through that wire in there. Use the belt sander. You don't have to use a belt sander. You can use whatever you want. Hand sand it, whatever you prefer. Just faster. And that's the final product here. Looks pretty cool, copper around it. Yeah, these are 2 things I made here. Sorry for the camera angle, that sucked. I think they look pretty good. And you can see I did copper on that one too. But with that dark stain, you can really see that copper pop out more. But yeah, I like how it turned out. Hope you guys did too. Thanks for watching. Fix by Nick here. See you next time.